Welcome, friends, to a special bonus episode of the heyBrownBerry podcast. This is actually a feature specifically for the Mid-Atlantic Fiber Association Conference, which is taking place here at Millersville University in Pennsylvania. I'm about to show you a workshop day experience here at MAFA 2023, and it's my pleasure to take you into some of the classes so that you can meet the instructors, some of the students, and see their beautiful works in progress as they're learning here at the conference this year. So let's get right to it.
Hi, I'm Ann Choi. I'm teaching a workshop called Creating Texture and Manipulating Space in Freeform Tapestry weaving. And in my class, what I hope to offer my students is a chance to play with their creativity, and a chance to play with fibers, play with wool, to get their hands into the materials and fall in love with their own making.
Hi, I'm Mary Sycophus, and I'm teaching a class here at MAFA called the Shifted Warp Ikat Scarf. I taught at this class at the virtual conference 2 years ago, and here I am in person doing it. So what is ikat? It is a resist dye technique on individual fibers, and then the individual fibers are woven into a very painterly form of cloth. I think I call it the painterly technique for taking weaving off the grid and making very lyrical and beautiful examples. You haven't messed up. No, you haven't messed up at all.
Hi, Natalie. I'm curious. You've been to MAFA before. How many times is this for you?
Well, I first attended, I think, in 2019 in person.
Okay.
So, but then I've been participating virtually ever since. So now I'm back. So I don't know, this is my second in person.
Excellent. And how was the virtual experience for you?
The virtual experience was fabulous. I did a variety of seminars and incorporated them into my work, and I'm happy to do in person is fabulous, but also virtual is fabulous.
Wonderful. And one more question. What made you choose this particular class?
Well, I do a lot of warp shifting and a lot of dyeing, and I've done weft ikat before, but I was really excited to learn about Mary's process of not only ikat but also warp shifting.
Excellent. Thank you. Thanks for being part of our virtual visit.
Thanks.
Normally I touch my sides all the time. Here I'm not.
You are doing a really good job with that, actually, because this, for my folks who have started in this class, the thing that I hear weavers worry the most about is their selvingness.
Yeah.
And it's natural, when I was talking to you yesterday, the thing that we want to do is we want to draw each pick of weft down parallel with the fell line of our weaving to make our edges really, really smooth.
Right.
And in Saori, as a matter of initial practice, we don't care. If you get to the point where you're like, that gives me joy, that makes me happy, I'm not making myself and just cleaning for someone else, I'm doing it for me, awesome. But if you're doing it, if it starts to worry you or fret you and it's not fun, in Saori, we don't care. And I showed you guys that skirt that I made, and it's got wonky selvages all over the place. Also, if you're using multiple weights of yarn at once in one piece, your selvages are going to be different anyway, because the amount of yarn that curls around the selvage is going to be different, just by a matter of physics. Sorry, physics does come into artistry, just like mathematics does. Anybody who ever tells me they're not good at math or science, I always say, well, you're doing it anyway. So,
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well.
For science, technology,
May I observe just a little bit?
Sure, good luck. I have no idea where I'm going. I'm just going.
Whatever you're doing, it's working. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Is this your first time at the conference?
It's my first time at the conference, but I'm not new to Saori.
North Carolina.
Although I feel new. I guess every time is new.
I'm just immediately drawn to how colorful this is.
Thank you. Yeah. So this fiber is
More about physics and mathematics than we
end
do.
pieces of Indian saris. It's scraps of Indian sari ribbon.
What a clever use of beautiful
Isn't it
fabric.
fabulous? Yeah.
Yes.
So I was drawn to it for the color, and I love the texture of it. So
Beautiful.
Yeah.
What do you like about this particular weaving style?
freestyle. Yeah. It's
Yes.
anything goes. It's
Yes.
it's wherever the fabric takes you,
I love that.
which is where it's at.
Enjoy. It looks great from here.
Thank you so much. It'll look even better once I add all my embellishments and
Oh, more to come.
all that.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Gotcha.
So my name is Q. I go by Q. I got there after James Bond and before Star Trek. My full name is Elizabeth Quisenberry Words, but obviously that's a lot to carry around, so these days I go by Q.
I like that.
I'm telling you. The name of the class is Exploring Freestyle Weaving. And what I'm hoping my students will get out of this class is permission to play and to weave what makes them happy without feeling like they have to pay attention to the fiber police. I want them to, well, right? Because that's the thing. I want them to feel like they can weave something that makes them happy, that gives them joy for their own artistic, creative satisfaction. And I hope that they also come out of the class believing what I know to be the case, which is that they have a creative, artistic part of themselves. Artistic, involved, energetic, whatever that looks like, and let go of the idea that what's supposed to come out of us is supposed to be perfect according to somebody's standard. standard, by the way, probably developed by somebody almost certainly dead at this point, often male, depending on what environment you're in, which is something I would totally say if this class was at more than one apparent gender. Often white, and often from a very particular background, you know, and so that's a lot of standards of perfection that don't even come out of the a tradition that most of us inhabit. So, you know, perfection as a goal has a lot of problems, and obviously I am embracing the imperfect. So. Most bowling shoes are scented, but they're not scented in any way either.
Need anything more? No, just if this is it. Yeah. And here's what all your lessons were up to.
It's just below minimum, so I would put some.
Getting close here.
And you can count too.
Okay.
Oh.
And she's running out.
Alex?
She needs to.
Yes,
She needs to do the.
Oh, you're welcome.
Ready to write.
Yes. One
Once you two that you know you're gonna run.
because I'm twisted.
Yes.
So there's a, like that. Okay, so I'm taking my hand.
It really helps, because
But you want to, no,
you know, in March, really easily, and I'm happier now.
so you want it up from the bottom.
As long as you know how you see
Oh, thank you. The one. I remember. And. In Columbus. But you have to be.
Hi, I'm Terry Flynn, and Japanese braiding on the takadai appealed to me originally because I'm a weaver, and this is weaving. However, weaving is perpendicular threads, and braiding is oblique angled threads. And so on my loom, I am hampered by how many harnesses I've got, but on a takadai, you can move any thread. So you can create braids from things that are familiar to weavers, like log cabin and twills and things like that, but you can also do double braids with pickups, with very complex patterns in them, like Japanese calligraphy, if that's your thing. But you can also do three-dimensional weaves, like leaves that come up off the surface. So, and it's just wonderful, waving your hand through the threads, it's swinging the bobbin through. It's right brain, left brain, left brain, which is very centering.
Very tactile. Thank you for sharing, Terry. I appreciate that. It's going to be hard not to just hang out in here with you. Why did you decide to take this particular class?
Well, it's kind of funny. I was at a MAFA many years ago, and somebody had one of these set up and they had a braid on it, and I walked by and they let me try it, and I bought it. And then I went home and haven't used it because I didn't know what to do with it. So when I saw this class, I absolutely had to take it.
Very cool.
And Terry's a great teacher. This is being a lot of fun.
Excellent. And so for those who haven't seen this before, like I haven't, what is this type of loom?
This is a taki dye.
Okay.
It's really a Japanese braiding loom.
Okay. Excellent. Very cool. Thank you for sharing with us.
Thank you.
Do it and it just like, wow, I've done it. You may never do it again because it does tend to be somewhat impractical. But just the beads, this I use for 5/2 cotton. So if you want to take some home with you, this is what. Curiosities. This is what we have.
Hi, my name is Debbie Todhunter, and this class is Mug Rugs, Miniatures, and More. And most weavers, when they come to weaving, they come because of overshot. But you can't really have a class on overshot because there's so large, complex patterns. That's why the idea of the mug rugs in miniatures. And we're studying the works of Josephine Estes and Bertha Gray Hayes, who made miniature patterns and came from two totally different directions to do it. And so this way people go home with not only an experience with overshot, but an experience, they have, instead of samples, they have mug rugs, they have something useful, and they learn a whole lot of other treadling variations and blended weaves and other things, and that's the main part. I just enjoy seeing the joy on people's faces as the patterns appear and they feel like I can do this, and they have something to go home with, they can reproduce at home.
My name's Annie Valerio. I'm from Southern New Jersey, Third Star Fiber Guild, and I've had a fantastic experience so far. A little anxious in the beginning, but Debbie, our instructor, has made me feel very comfortable. This is a round robin, so I'm using around 15 different looms, and that's what caused my anxiety because I barely know my own loom. But it's really been a great experience, not only with different patterns, but with different looms, and I'm really glad I came, having a great time.
Fantastic. And you're a first timer, right?
Yes, I am.
That's excellent. Well, it looks good to me so far, and thank you for sharing.
Back off or
No, please. This is it. We want folks to have the experience you're having right now. This is awesome. Gorgeous pattern.
oh, see, I just
Sneak in there, I see.
Hi, I'm Karen Stevens, KZ Stevens, and today we are doing a 1-yard shirt, or some people have adapted it to a tunic or a dress, but the idea was to it's all hand sewing, so we're either refreshing our hand sewing skills or we're learning hand sewing skills and learning about some different seam techniques. And also just trying to be as creative as we can with fabric and with thread, so it's very open-ended and you can really design the shirt how you want with just 4 simple rectangles. And so everyone's doing something a little different, and it's a lot of fun.
Having a good time?
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
Down to the back stitch here.
We could sing. We could have sing along.
One of Al's shirts I
Right there.
Whose fabric is that? Annie Hero.
That's the jump we were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay. This is see the trouble with yep. Yeah. Okay. Cool. This is a Annie Hero pattern.
And you may have a lump or something. And
Hi, I'm Jen Weber. I'm here teaching Introduction to Japanese Tamari at MAFA 2023. And I want my students to get out of this class, I want them to leave with a sense of confidence that they can do this craft because it looks way harder than it is. And everyone comes in thinking, I can't do that. And I want them to know, yes, they can, and they sure are.
I love it.
And I do think the second thing I want them to take away is just having a great time. We have so much fun at MAFA, and we have so much fun together, and we're laughing and we're creating, and it's a wonderful time. So thanks for having me.
Thank you for sharing.
Yeah.
Excellent.
I did something for
before, so like this one is new to me. Yeah, it's fantastic. It's fantastic. Not at all. I am. It's like I'm getting the whole experience, right?
Should I just take it the whole way off and give it a longer?
Cow patch, draft a boxy top. What else am I supposed to say?
What would you like your students to get out of the class?
Drafting a pattern and sewing a garment.
Perfect. Thanks.
All about supporting absolute half. Like the 3/8 came from the max you could do on the month.
Alright, but what I'm thinking is, now that I've taken it all down, I should have cut off seam allowance.
I think you can just work with this line and ignore, like basically this line is moving out and then you'll be adding seam allowance, which will put you onto the new page.
I'm having a good time playing roving reporter on these workshops. I hope you're enjoying it too. What you've seen so far is weaving, braiding, sewing, ways of using fiber, fabric, and thread to create beautiful materials. And the next set of workshops is going to be a bit different, very colorful. I won't spoil the surprise, but I hope that you will sink into the experience that these students and instructors are having together. I'll see you in the next bit.